everyone, welcome to my kitchen. I hope you all are doing great. I'm back with 3 different recipes which I'm serving for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and as usual I always try to come up with a recipe which doesn't require much time in the kitchen and we can make it with the basic ingredients. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start. We'll start with a healthy breakfast. So here I'm making rava idli. So for that, first of all, we need 1/3 cup of plain yogurt. And I'm gonna first go ahead and whisk everything, make sure there is no any lumps in it. And into this, I'm gonna add 1 cup of suji. So this is my half a cup. So I'm gonna add 2 of this. And now I'm gonna go ahead and mix all this properly. And next I'm gonna add half a cup water. And now I'm gonna cover this and let it stay there for about 10 to 15 minutes. And meanwhile, we'll go ahead and make the tadka for the idli. So I do have the oil heating up in here. And once the oil is hot, I'm gonna add some mustard seeds. Next, I will add some cumin seeds, as well as just a little bit of asafoetida. And here I have urad dal and chana dal, so that's what I'm gonna add first. And I'm gonna let this saute for about a minute or so. And once the dal changed the color, I'm gonna add some cashew, as well as I do have here the curry leaves, which I roughly chop it, as well as I do have some cilantro. So everything I'm gonna go ahead and add it. And now I'm gonna transfer this tadka into this batter. I'm gonna add salt to taste. And the batter is thick, so I'm gonna add some water in here. So this is the consistency we wanted. So on this other side, I do have idli pot ready. So the water is boiling. And also this idli mold, I already greased that with the oil. And next I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon this Eno. This is the fruit salt. So we're just gonna add 1 teaspoon. Once you add it, you do want to mix it in one direction. And now we're gonna let this steam for about 10 to 15 minutes. And meanwhile, we'll go ahead and make the peanut chutney. So for that, here in a pan, I do have about a tablespoon oil. Once the oil is hot enough, I'm adding about half a cup peanut. Also adding garlic. Garlic is optional. If you don't like it, you don't have to add it. Also adding some curry leaves. And about 3 red chilies. And I'm gonna let this saute for about 5 minutes on a medium flame. And now I'm gonna transfer this into the blender, but we're gonna let it cool down completely before we start blending. Now it's cooled down, so I'm gonna go ahead and first blend this. So once you blend it, this is how it's gonna look like. As you can see, it is not fine paste, so that's okay. Next, we're gonna add some tamarind pulp. And tamarind in this chutney is a must. And here I have freshly grated coconut. Also also gonna add about half a cup water in here. And we'll go ahead and blend everything one more time. Chutney is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer that. You can serve this chutney just like that, but I'm gonna make the tadka because of course everything tastes better with the tadka. And definitely guys, give this chutney a try because this is same as the one that you get it in the restaurant. So I just tried the chutney by itself, but it tastes so good. And I just add the salt in here because I forgot to add it before. And the consistency of this chutney is up to you. If you like more on the thinner side, you can just add more water. But with us, this is perfect. So now for the tadka, my oil is hot enough. So first of all, I'm gonna add a little bit mustard seeds, asafoetida, just a little bit urad dal, and here our chutney is ready too. Look at that. Doesn't that look so spongy? Look at that. Here our healthy breakfast is ready. Rava idli with the peanut coconut chutney. Give this recipe a try because as you saw, it just needs a little bit of preparation. Other than that, it's basically one pot meal. So you can serve this as I'm serving here for breakfast. If not, you can do it for lunch or for those days where you want to keep light dinner. It is perfect recipe for that too. So for lunch, I'm making chole rice. It will be one ball meal. But this chole, it is different than the typical chole bhature that we make because that chole has a lot more spices in it. We make the gravy and all that. This will be very simple with less ingredients, but again, it will taste really good. So for that, here in a pan, I do have oil heating up. And once the oil is hot enough, I'm adding some cumin seeds. Next, I'm adding just a little bit of asafoetida. And next, I'm gonna add some chopped onion. And now we're gonna let this saute for about 5 minutes. So here, as you can see, the onion has changed the color. So at this time, I'm gonna add some chopped tomato. I'm also adding some green chilies. And now we're gonna let this cook until tomato is not completely cooked. So here, as you can see, the tomato has been cooked properly. So at this point, we're gonna add all the masalas. So first of all, haldi powder, dhania jeera powder, red chili powder. I'm also adding some chana masala. And next I'm adding some kasuri methi. I'm gonna go ahead and mix everything, keep it here for about a minute or so that way all the spices get cooked. So now, as you can see, the oil is separated. So at that point, I'm gonna add the chickpeas. Now these are the boiled chickpeas. And when I boiled it, I did add some salt in here too. So I am going to add some salt, but that will be less because all we need it for the gravy. I'm adding just a little bit water so that way everything can get mixed properly. And now I'm gonna add salt to taste. We'll keep it here for about just a minute or so, and that's it. Chole is all done. So now we'll go ahead and assemble this. So here in a bowl, I do have a plain rice. Into that, I'm gonna add the chole that we just made. Next, I'm gonna add some onion on the top, as well as some cilantro. And I'm also gonna squeeze just a little bit of lemon juice. So here our one ball meal is ready. You can totally make this for dinner also. So for dinner tonight, I'm making bhindi sabji, and I have shared many times this recipe. So basically, it's a very simple recipe. All I'm gonna do is just add a little bit of garlic in there, and I always make this sabji in the oven. So that's what I'm gonna do. And also I do have some mung that I already pressure cooked. So I'm gonna just spice it up. So I'm making mung as well as the bhindi sabji, and I do want to try this roti. I bought it from Indian store, and basically all you need to do is make it on tawa. So it's kind of semi-cooked, so this is the first time I'm gonna try it, so we'll see how it goes. But there is 18 of them in there, so basically that's about it. That will be our dinner tonight. So this is the first time I tried this roti, and I made it usually how we make it on tawa. They were not chewy at all. Now we ate it as soon as I made it, but now if you eat it next day, I don't know how it's gonna be. But definitely I would highly recommend, because as you saw, they all fluff up really well, and they can be a lifesaver. If you don't have a time to cook the roti, definitely give this roti a try. So dinner is served. I got roti as well as the chash. Now I always make chash, especially during the summertime. Also got our mung, papad, and this chutney I made it when I made tandoori naan sliders. So if you have missed that video, the link will be down below in the description box. Also the bhindi sabji, and that's it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the breakfast, lunch, and dinner recipes. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.